Hello. Today marks the 10th year. It doesn't feel like 10 years at all, as I remember everything like it was yesterday. But this year, I've had the confidence to tell people about the night before. Our worlds all came crashing down. My nanna died 10 years ago. And 10 years ago yesterday, I sat on my trampoline. And at the time I was at a Christian school, so I prayed for my nanna to get better. She was at the hospital. And then that night, I was playing in my bedroom with a dollhouse. And the room fell silent. The house fell silent. And I turn around, and in a whisk, a pixelated figure, a bitty kind of pixelated, was stood behind me. And I looked away and then looked back and it was gone. I tell my mom and she doesn't understand what that means at first. But when she got a phone call saying that she needs to go to the hospital, she slowly put two and two together. And I had to go spend the night at my cousin's house with my aunt's husband and my cousin, and wait. Didn't know what we were waiting for. I was very naive, didn't know what was coming. And I remember looking at the clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and between those times my mum, my dad and my aunt, they came home. My dad with tears in his eyes, my mum looking very tired, and my aunt being very full of snot. Having to break down the news. That my nanna passed away. I couldn't believe it. My cousin, who sat asking questions as a little kid would normally, but I couldn't believe it. Didn't believe it. Wanted it to be identity fraud for so many years, and then I had to just accept that. No, my family's not like that. And then things happen. And when we needed each other the most, our family divided. So we weren't able to grieve together and become whole by this whole horrible ordeal. And we had to grieve on our own, find a way to accept things on our own. And it's been hard. But now 10 years is gone. You can't take back things that have already been done, you know? It just saddens me that our nanna wouldn't have wanted us to be separated. Our wishes, they weren't made, which doesn't help this whole situation. And I'm not pointing a finger, I'm not blaming anyone, but after so long, it's really hard to think of ourselves as family. It's hard to connect to them, because you know what, if it was 3 years gone down since, you know, it might have been easy. 10 years. It's too long. I don't get how it could be 10 years. And still we haven't grieved together. Haven't been able to grieve together. Which sucks. Okay, we've grieved on our own. But not as a family. I don't know, would hate the fact that we like how we are. But you can't change things. You can't make people change. Like I'm saying, I'm not here to hate. I don't hate anyone. I just feel like sometimes my nana has been disrespected. How the hell is she resting in peace? It's been really hard for me to grieve. You can grieve with your parents, but when it's your mother's mum, you just end up crying. You don't talk through things as you could do. And then feeling guilty for having an experience that my nana came to me and no one else. It's such a hard burden to live on. My cousins were all young at the time. We weren't connected at the time and I couldn't help them. My mum was only smart enough to understand what it all was. But it's not fair on them. I've got younger cousins. She's got my nana daughters. And my nana would never have given me such an experience if she didn't give it me for a reason, but because she knew that I knew what she wanted. And she probably thinks that I'm someone who can attach to all together, and to be honest, I can't, because it's not my responsibility. It's someone else's, and it's their doing. All I can do is try to be a family. But we kinda can't. As things were said and done, and you know, I didn't need to just grieve them out. I am grateful for my experience. I shouldn't have dealt with it. I didn't, my parents knew, and they'd tell people here and there, but I kinda did, because I hid it away. I had things to grieve on as well. Regrets that I shouldn't have, but do have. And finally, I'm forgiving myself for trying to rely on the Almighty, thinking He'll have my side, and also forgive myself for not saying goodbye when I could have. I so regret not giving her a hug. So regret it. I've hated hugs Because I've always thought, oh, hugs always end with a bad thing. And some have reflected back, yes. I need to forgive myself because I can't beat myself up every time. She wouldn't want that. She wouldn't have wanted many things. So I must. I don't blame myself. And now I forgive myself. But I tell you something. Someone, you had that chance, you know. If I had that chance, I would. I'd never let go, but I was scared at the time. You know, seeing her attached to a bed full of wires, looking like death, is not how you want to see it. Your loved one. And fuck me if I have to experience that again. But I can't live with this conscience not telling people my experience and what happened, and also blaming myself and hating myself because of some stupid actions. Stupid, that's not a great way to put it, is it? But talking about it, being open about it, it felt good, you know. Last night I was boiling, snotting everywhere, it was a mess. But I went to sleep at ease because it came off my chest. All I was worried about is what people would think about it, would say about it, you know, the response I'd get from people. And why after 10 years I think it's time that I can be so open is because you're all old enough and ugly enough. You know, at the time they were so young. Oh my god, how old were they? I don't even know. 7, 1 turning 8, I think. Was it? Yeah, I think so, because I think I was 10, of course I was 20. Either way. Every year I get myself in a mess, and I don't know how many years could be. I think last year I might have like cried, but not this month. I just can't believe that it's 10 years. 10 years without a person. Whew. Sucks. Anyway. Here's to another 10. Please come slowly, as I'll be 30 years old.